Marseille was a crazy place in general, but the place that we rented and stayed at was extra crazy. It was on the edge of the medieval town. It was a medieval structure that had been modernized many times over the centuries. Most recent Frankenstein version of this thing was you walk into sort of like a flat. You go into the main door, and then you go past the main door, and there's stairs up to the different levels, and you go into the level. The main entrance for your level is like normal, like, oh, it's a flat. And then you walk down, and then immediately on your right is a stairwell that goes up to the right to like a turret room. And then you go a little farther, and there's like a cave entrance and a stairwell that goes down to like a basement. And the basement has like rooms, not like one room, like multiple rooms. And honestly, nobody in our party really went to the basement other than to do laundry, which is down in the basement. But then you walk past that, and you're still like in this sunken feeling of a place. And to your right is an indoor swimming pool that they attached. And it was pretty modern, pretty decent shape, like well-maintained chemicals, but it was fully enclosed with sliding glass doors. The summer temperature and weather in Marseille is humid. It's warm and humid, so like 80-90% humidity. Fahrenheit, it would be like in the 90s, 80s and 90s all the time. And so maybe a little warmer, but not didn't seem like it got like hot. It just got like all the time pretty warm. And then the humidity. And so this pool was kind of like a steam room inside of like an outdoor steam room. Didn't make any sense to me, but I did get in it, and the water temperature was not bad because it was protected. It was actually a little cooler, and so it felt good to get in the pool. But you go past that, and there's a great room that they'd converted from other spaces, taken out some of the courtyard and patio and yard area. There was still a yard. It's covered in astroturf. And then, the great room had like the kitchen, the dining room, and the living room all combined. And there was, dividers with couches and things like that. But basically it was a big, great room with a tall ceiling. Then, like, on the backside of all that was another small hallway that went to the other rooms. One of the rooms was on that same level, and it was like right off the side. Another room, you had to go up another set of turret stairs, like up the turret stairs to the turret room. And you go up there, and it was just the room with a balcony, no other things, and I don't know, 1.5 story turret stairs that kind of curled around and went to this room. And then if you skipped that, kept going straight down the hallway, you would hit normal stairs. I'm calling these normal stairs because they make like right hand turns and things like that. And the normal stairs took you up to a second level, pretty normal. And there were 2 rooms and a bathroom up there. And I stayed in one of those rooms, and the other room had a balcony. They both sort of had windows and ports, but the other one had a bigger balcony. And mine had a port, and when you opened the window and turned the fan on, it was fine at night. It was like lovely temperature, and you'd hear people walking and fighting and making love or whatever they were doing. There was some crazy noises a couple of nights. The room above us, or the floor above us, was apparently occupied by a bunch of young women, and they partied and they made noise. And so I would hear those noises, and that was kind of part of the experience. But you'd also hear people walking out in the medieval, like right next to, like the way to get into our flat was a medieval city entrance area. So there was like this long stairway up to our flat entrance, and then after that it was like these skinny medieval roads that were like, what is that, 10 feet wide, 12 feet wide, like enough for a horse and cart, but not really cars. And some of the cars you could see tried to get in there, but there were a lot of like barriers, and yeah, it was chaos with cars in that area. And so there were very few of them, if any, mostly just people and strollers and stuff like that walking around. So that was the setting. It was like the house we had rented was this. It was massive. The kitchen was massive. The swimming pool, plenty of sitting area. It was fun. It was just fun. Like I had switched mode completely. I had gone from Greg on an adventure doing one-on-one things with people and places to joining a group of people that were interesting with their kids, because it was a kid group. There were Ashmita and Mike have 3-year-old, maybe 4 now. Maya, and then Naomi brought her 2 sons, and they were what, like 6 and 8, 5 and 8, and the 5-year-old was taller than the 8-year-old, so they were big boys. And so yeah, it was a lot of kid energy. Plus, well, then me and Rafiq were the single dudes that were hanging out with this sort of pod of family kids scenario. But that was the mode, and it was super fun.